Hey, what's up, Freedom fans? Aaron Brodie here at UC Health Stadium. We're closing in on first pitch of the finale with the Southern Illinois Miners, but Freedom skipper Dennis Pelfrey was generous enough to give us a couple minutes of his time in the pregame. And obviously, Dennis, last night, a King Kong-sized burden lifted off the shoulders of the team. The 10-game losing streak snapped. Nobody has their finger on the pulse of this team more than you do. How big was that burden for this team?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it was necessarily a burden. I mean, obviously, it's been frustrating, to say the least. You know, our club, we feel really good about our club. Our club feels really good about themselves. Just a matter of, a couple instances each game over the last 10 or so, and that kind of swayed the game either way. You know, most of those games were 1 or 2 run ball games and could have gone either way. But, I think our frustrations came to a head there. The first game against Southern here, where we kind of blew up a little bit in that one inning, and last night was what was big about it, having a blow-up game and then coming back and playing a nice game the next day.
Absolutely. Now, about an hour before first pitch last night, you find out the New York Mets come calling for Jose Brizuela. Now, people that follow the Freedom don't need an introduction on what Brizuela brought. 3-hole hitter and a guy that gave you great position flex defensively. Obviously, it's a bittersweet moment being the manager of the Freedom, but personally, on a personal level, you've got to be thrilled for Jose getting back into affiliated baseball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's great getting, these guys, that's what they want to do. They want to get that opportunity to go to the next level and get that opportunity to show what they can do. And, thankfully the Frontier League gives these guys that opportunity to be put in those situations to get picked up. But, I can't say enough great things about Jose and what he brought to our club. And I tell you the truth, I saw the Mets calling right before I walked down, and, for a second there I didn't want to answer it, but, I knew that it was probably coming, and, it was great, and I even asked him if he could play last night just to finish up with us, and of course they didn't want him to. So, but our guys responded really well, and other guys have to step up, and that's what we got to do.
Team certainly did respond really well. What does that say about this team? They lost 10 in a row, and then all of a sudden, before first pitch yesterday, they're taking the 3-hole hitter out of the lineup. But they rise to the occasion. They played well. They led the game wire to wire and played a almost clean game defensively, 1 error by the pitcher, Steve Hagan, late. But this team rose to the occasion when they absolutely had to. And what does that say about the rest of the guys to break through the schneid and doing it without Brizuela's services?
Well, that tells you exactly what kind of club we are. We're very strong, we're very balanced, and, we're able to put together good games on a nightly basis. And, it's kind of like I use the terminology like the Immortals, the movie The Immortals. There's 1,000 of them, and when one is gone or is no longer there, somebody steps up and takes that spot, and it's like you don't miss a beat. So that's hopefully what we try to do here, and I think we've done a pretty good job so far. Last year we had 4 key guys picked up and still had a great year, and this year that's the first of a few more probably to come, so hopefully we continue the trend.
Yeah, the Freedom becoming the Mets of the West over here. Now 3 guys picked up by the Mets in the last year. Last question for you here. Something else that the team's been snake bit with this year has been injuries, but you're finally starting to turn the corner there. Xavier Turner back in the lineup in a perfect time last night with Brizuela getting picked up, but he's back at the hot corner, his natural position. We saw Jordan Brower taking cuts in batting practice today. He's obviously getting closer. What can you tell us about Brower as far as how much longer he might need, and certainly how high is your excitement that this team might finally be getting healthy in 2018?
Yeah, that's the biggest burden I think so far is battling those injuries, but Xavier looks very good, very healthy. We gave him a few extra days this time and came back, and he looks very strong. Jordan Brower, we're targeting a date for next Wednesday. That's when he's eligible to come off the disabled list, and he's made very good progress so far. The doctors are happy, trainers happy. I'm happy with what we've seen so far. So, if we didn't have the stipulation on the DL, he could probably come off and play this weekend. But we'll give him a few extra days to get right, and then he should be in the lineup on Wednesday night.
Awesome. Any quick keys to success tonight? Jordan Krause taking the ball. He's been a quality start machine this season. What do you think are the keys for Florence to win 2 in a row here and take the series over the Miners?
Good defense and on base percentage. I think that's the biggest thing we've been talking about is drawing some more walks and going deeper in counts and getting some guys on base so we can steal some bases and produce some runs.
Absolutely. That's 4th-year Freedom manager Dennis Pelfrey. The Florence Freedom looking for a series victory tonight at UC Health Stadium, taking on the Southern Illinois Miners. First pitch at 6:35. You can listen live at FlorenceFreedom.com.